Hey there, my son's getting older. Not much of a surprise since we're all getting older, but so is my son. And that puts a lot of pressure on me as a dad because soon I have a young man I'm putting out into the world that's going to affect the way things work. And young men without the right tools can be an awful lot like young dogs. And I don't mean that as an insult to young men, nor, I should probably hasten to add, do I mean that as an insult to young dogs. But both of them have a tendency to react a bit dramatically to any and all stimuli. They're both apt to chase anything that moves. And I don't know if it's from fear or an overabundance of courage or high excitability, but if you provoke them, they're apt to bite you right in the ass. I feel like I should clarify that joke. Did it sound like I was making a joke about young men who like to bite ass? Please let me assure you, I was not. If you like jokes like that, may I recommend Jimmy Carr or Dave Attell or somebody like that. But eventually, the young man grows up. At this point, the analogy to the dog continues because a mature man, like a mature dog, would rather not have any trouble. I mean, if you ask, they'll tell you. And if you mess with their family, they'll show you they still got what it takes. They would just rather you mind your business and let them mind theirs. And I know, it's tempting to think that the analogy continues when the man gets old, because like an old dog, they're very content to just move around the living room, staying in the warm sun and napping, or laughing indulgently when the cute little ones come up and just yank on your ears. And maybe you think the maddest that they ever get is when those damn kids are walking across my lawn again. But that would be a mistake. Believe me, I know many old farts. It's okay if I call them that. I've actually gotten my old fart introductory kit from the AARP already. So, because your average old fart has lost many friends already, and they know that, sure, sometimes you have a wonderful day, you go to bed and you don't wake up, but more often than that, at the end you've got 6, 12, 36 months of fairly unpleasant time trying to shake off this mortal coil. So, best case scenario is if some punk is messing with you or with your family, why, you just end up riding gloriously into Valhalla with his jugular clenched firmly between your teeth. All right, I should probably clarify that. Did that sound like I was making a joke about an old man clutching somebody's jugular between their teeth? Because I want to assure you, I absolutely was. Yeah, if the gun doesn't get you, the gums will. So I'm trying to send my young man out into the world, equipping him with tools like logic, things like that, cause and effect and logical fallacies to watch out for, like causation doesn't equal correlation. And if you take something incredibly heavy and you put it on something really fragile and the fragile thing breaks, that's not bad luck. And I don't know if I'm doing him any favors. I mean, getting somebody ready to face the 2020s by teaching them logic is like teaching somebody Latin to get them ready to get a career in public broadcasting. I mean, either way, on the first day, someone's going to come up to you and say, we don't know what it is you're doing, but we're all really uncomfortable with it, and we would like you to stop the incantations or whatever. Just so you know, Karen in accounting, she's like trying to figure out if you weigh the exact same as a duck. That was a little something for my fellow Monty Python fans. And I want to make jokes about the lack of logic in this country, but I have to be careful because half the jokes I could tell, especially if I mention banning anything unpleasant, are going to get me canceled in this culture. And the other half of the jokes that I could tell, especially if I defend canceling anything that is really bad for us as a nation, are going to get any video channels I have or any book I ever write banned from libraries or educational institutions until eventually the whole country is going to look like those people's living rooms. Absolutely book free. So, good luck, son. But this lack of logic isn't anything new. I mean, the conclusions people have drawn have always been a little suspect. Like when I was back in school, I had a friend that dated 47 women. He told me I communicated with every one of them what I wanted, and yet none of them had sex with me. His conclusion? Women don't like having sex. Maybe that's it. During COVID, I lost 76 pounds, but when I tell people that, with that information, they draw the wrong conclusion. They say, no, you didn't, Travis. I saw you all through COVID. You did not lose 76 pounds. Yeah, I did. I lost 4 pounds, I gained it back. I lost 4 pounds, I gained it back. I lost 76 pounds during COVID. Now, some of the people watching this right now are thinking, Travis, that's wrong on a mathematical level. 4 doesn't even go into 76. And I just want to say to them, welcome, Twitter. It's nice to have you here. But 3 things. 1, this is just a joke. 2, when people are trying to entertain, they don't always do all the mathematical research for things. And 3, and I'm going to let you work this one out with a calculator on your own, but and I can't pretend that I don't make bad conclusions based on faulty logic. I mean, 43 views on my last 2 videos and I got 4 likes, which told me that 39 of you watched the video and said, well, this is garbage. I don't care for it at all. No likes for you, clown boy. Not that that sort of thing bothers me. It doesn't affect me emotionally or anything. But logic isn't everything, of course. I mean, and I have to remember to teach my son to include generosity, grace, compassion with logic. Otherwise, he's in danger of ending up as an angry middle-aged man just all by himself in front of an abandoned restaurant, just yelling at a camera until he gets himself so worked up that he pauses dramatically, flings his beverage to the ground, and stalks off like a toddler. Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys, there's a camera over here, a free camera. Come on. Hey, you guys. Like an old dog, an old man is most content to just sit in the living room wherever the sun is hitting and take a nap, or laughing indulgently. And I know, it's tempting to think that the analogy continues when the